Hello everybody, my name is CoolBlue and I am bringing you guys this video. Casters Network presents the Caster Interview, and this interview will be with our resident caster, or I guess resident caster, NubTrain. So NubTrain, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and say hello to all the beautiful peoples out there.
Hello, beautiful people.
And this video is all about you, the interview for you, and if I can find the right thing to switch to. I'm totally not stalling, guys. There we go. There we go. So you guys see his information up there. We got his Twitter, we got his Twitch, we got his YouTube. Go check him out if you like his stuff. So let's get this interview underway. Alright, NubTrain, first thing I'll ask you is introduce yourself very briefly to us.
Alright, so my name is NubTrain. I basically cast games as much as I can, and while trying to be... so there you go. I just try to cast as much as I can because I have fun doing so.
As far as real life goes, like what are you doing in real life? Like are you working? Are you school? College?
I'm doing an internship right now over at a print shop. I'm trying to get myself more experience and more exposure. And I'm a graphic design major, trying to learn how to animate and 3D model, and also try to teach myself how to program on the side.
And all this relates to and you want to torture yourself with casting? Why?
It's fun.
Okay.
I like it. I like it. I mean, it's fun.
Okay. Alright, so the next question I'll ask you is... Oh, you already told us your major. So you're majoring in graphic design, correct?
Right, correct.
Alright. How did you get into video games in general? Like, this kind of goes towards your graphic design thing as well as the Dota thing.
When I was younger, I started playing video games with my neighbor, and then I think it was not the NES, it was the Sega Saturn or whatever. I think it was Sega Saturn. And then progressed to the PlayStation. I had multiple PlayStations because it kept falling apart. I mean, it just kept dropping. The last console I had was a PS2. Then started PC gaming with Counter-Strike. And there you go.
And you've been playing games ever since? Alright. Alright, so how did you get into Dota, exactly?
I had a troubled teen life, and Dota was my escape. I got pretty damn good at it. I started around 6 point, I think around 6 point, I'm not sure it was 3.8 or 4.8, no, either or, and then there you go.
So you're talking like way back in Dota, like the original Dota?
Yeah, the original Dota. Dota 1.
Alright, so it's kind of a tangent. I didn't send you, or it's a made up question. I didn't send it to you, but so as far as Dota 1 versus Dota 2, like for your initial impression of the transition, it was like your initial impression and then your transition afterwards.
It was a very easy transition. Okay, well, before I give anything, here's a brief, I guess, history. Before I started getting back into Dota, I did play 1 year of League, just because my friends wanted to play, and I was like, you know, why not, right? So I guess you could say, not sure. So, and then once I got my Dota 2 key, I stopped playing League, and I immediately hopped into Dota 2. It was a lot of, it was crazy how good it was, because at the time I got the beta, it was only 1,000 people, or maybe I think it was a lot less, to be honest. And then it was very fluid. There was a lot of bugs with disconnects, whatever, the servers. I don't know if anyone will remember that, but very smooth gameplay. It was just, I was mind blown because one of the main selling points was the reconnect feature, and I was like, no fucking way. And a pause. I think they added a pause. Was it a pause back then? I don't know, but I was mind blown. I was just mind blown away.
Right. Okay.
And back then I couldn't play that much, but there you go.
Alright, and as far as the next thing I'll actually is like of course you've seen Dota 1 and Dota 2, so like there's been the argument that's made that's like Dota 1's the best ever and Dota 2 is completely different, it's like it's not as good. Would you be on the side that agrees with that or disagrees with that?
Well, I would disagree with that. I mean, I'll agree that Dota 2 is a better game, simply because like right now what I think Dota 1 is doing is just holding back Dota 2. Because Ice Frog is trying to code things, make things work in the Warcraft 3 engine, and just severely limiting the true potential, or basically wasting time.
Right.
And then it's not bringing out Dota 2's ideas or whatever. Just holding back. It's just, I don't know, it's just very, very annoying. I think people, as games get better and the Warcraft 3 engine, you can only do so much with it.
Right.
It's just, I think right now it's hitting its very limits to its. It's like Ice Frog is stretching it really hard.
Like a really fast case in point. The recent update where they did the Bloodseeker where he can go above 522,
Right.
and I think it was Purge who said it. I don't remember. I don't know for a fact, but I heard from another person who's a reputable source to me. And what they were basically saying is that this is interesting because it's showing that they're moving away from Dota 1 and just focusing more on Dota 2. Because the reason why the max movement cap is 522, which was in Dota 2, is because that's as fast as a character model can move in the Warcraft 3 engine. So
Correct.
it's that limitation. So by removing that cap on Bloodseeker when he smells blood, then it's like saying, oh, they're finally moving on and not really worried about trying to make them both consistent anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I personally really don't care. I'm actually kind of glad because I know I personally have a lot of memories of Dota 1. It's a lot of fun. I 1v1'd a lot with Shadowfiend. I did all that. It was a lot of fun, basically. But people do need to move on. Dota 2 is a great game. This is basically like a next generation. A lot of new features, much smoother gameplay. Of course, it's not the minor stuff isn't there. Like some of the fog is kind of weird. But basically, it's perfectly fine. Just get used to it, grow up, or something like that. There you go.
And just by those previous statements that you just made, it sounds like you're very enthusiastic about Dota. So that brings me to my next question: is how did you get into casting per se?
I was watching a few people cast, and I was kind of annoyed because some casters, like maybe Toby, right? He was very good play-by-play, but he wasn't actually that good as a analytical caster.
Hold on. But before you continue, guys, keep in mind this is his personal opinion. So just for everybody in the future, it's personal opinion. And he can have his own personal opinion. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I kind of found it kind of annoying that Toby. He's a great caster. He kind of brought forth a lot of Dota 2's like early esports scene, which is great. However, I do have to nitpick that his casting information and it did get a little better now I think. But it's kind of annoying because it wasn't that good in the beginning. But he was a great play-by-play. Black hole.
Black hole. Yeah. Oh man. And actually, really fast though. Did Black Hole make Toby famous, or did Toby make the Black Hole famous?
That's a good question.
It's a paradox.
It is.
The answer is Enigma. Get it? Anyway. All right. But go ahead with what you were saying.
So, and then there was another person. I think it was Drasko or whatever. And then there was the other person. Something similar to Toby, where he sounds like very professional, but he doesn't really know what he's talking. I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
That is one of AC's biggest critiques. Like a lot of people say his play-by-play is extremely good, but he doesn't. His Dota knowledge is not as high as they want it to be.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I wanna, I guess, bring to the table is to have everything. Toby's play-by-play, Drasko's analysis, whatever, analysis skills, and then AAC's professionalism. Try to bring all, I guess, the triple play package into my casting.
So basically, you want to try to be that, like I said, bring it all in there, and you were inspired by them to cast. Is that what you're ultimately saying?
Basically, yes.
Okay, that's a good way to get into it. And as far as that goes, like, how do you like casting? Like, what is it about casting that interests you or that keeps you going?
Well, it's for one, it's a lot of fun. People might not believe me, but it is. I like talking. I like discussing, analyzing. I like researching, and the casting helps. Brings forth these skills that it helps me practice my other skills. Basically, it's basically a lot of fun.
And sorry. Go ahead.
No, sure, just go. Next question.
Okay.
I don't know.
Next question is, what do you not like about casting? Because there are a few things to not like actually remembering to do your tags, which is something I need to do right now.
Right. In the beginning, it's actually kind of, I guess you could say the entry level, the entry barrier to become very good at casting is, or at least any decent at it, is kind of intimidating. Because when people get started, they think it's easy because people are just talking, right? But it's actually not.
Right.
Because in a way, you have to think ahead of what they're doing, and you got to try to be, you have to like kind of block out some useless actions or information. Camera movements have to be great. I try to improve in every single one of these aspects.
Right.
So the entry barrier is kind of annoying, but it was a great experience to get me better at it. And also, it's you say the long hours.
Right. Well, no, not necessarily long hours, but like having to do tags and stuff at the end, which I'm just lazy. I'm just a lazy person in general, guys.
I mean, I have no problems doing the pre-production work. However, like, for example, the Sunday Evening Cup Series, right? I casted that. However, it takes a huge amount of that Sunday, which is fine for me. However, if it was another day, I wouldn't be able to do that. So that's the only problem.
Like the timing is always it's usually an issue sometimes.
Yeah, timing, especially since I'm not making any profits off of this. I'm just doing this for fun. It just takes a huge amount of time off.
And as far as like you mentioned the SECS, so the Sunday Evening Cup Series. What other tournaments have you commented in, or commentated for?
That's really the only major tournament. I did cast for the UK Gaming League. It's like a very small amateur tournament. It's a mixed T tournament. It's very, very small tournaments that no one would know about. But that's basically it. Just very small amateur tournaments and pub games.
Yeah, pub games are the best. All right. And for anybody who's interested into getting into casting, Casters Network is trying to help out people who are trying to get into the casting business. But by far, the best advice that I have to give you guys, and I know it's not about me, it's about Nub, but it's a good point to make because Purge made it in his video on how to become a commentator, how to become a caster, which is what got me started. But by far the best advice I can give you guys is just go cast. Like, you can't start casting unless you start casting.
Yep, it's a great to get your feet wet into thinking about what you want to say and not get so nervous, especially when you want to do bigger events. Just keep on practicing.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing it as a job, see it as like a hobby or something that's just for fun to do. That's how I do it, and so far I'm enjoying it very, very much.
And speaking of job, because you mentioned before you're doing an internship, and you also, I guess that implies that you're still in school as well. How has casting affected your life?
Well, one of the main reasons why I guess I got started in casting is to help improve my, I guess, communication skills. It's a great asset in helping me learn new words or say new words, sound a little more sophisticated.
Oh, big words! Uh-oh. I got to get a dictionary. What does that mean? No, okay.
And then, so it's basically helped me to become a better speaker.
Right.
Which is great. It did help me become a little more confident, much more confident actually, and then there you go. Just helps me with time management, and that's it.
Okay, and guys, also throw it in as well. Confidence builds confidence. It's a self-feeding loop. So if you become confident because you're doing something, then you do something because you're confident, and it somehow works. I don't know, it's weird, but. Okay, moving on to the next one. Aside from casting and playing Dota, what do you do for fun?
Let's see. I do other from normal stuff like hang out with friends. I do game all the I do other stuff. Game. I'm a PC gamer, PC Master Race.
Oh god. Okay.
Flame Wars begin.
I know, right? But the PS4. Okay, all right. Keep going. Keep going.
Let's see. I do sometimes go on raves. I only went there once, to be honest, but I'm going there very, very soon. Actually, on Saturday after the tournament.
Oh, nice. So Sunday, expect you not to be there Sunday? No.
I'll be there Sunday. I'll be there Sunday.
Just may or may not be hungover.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Go ahead.
What else? That's basically it. I mean, I live a very I guess, boring life, I guess. But I try to make every interaction I get, or every interaction I have with people, very, very interesting.
Okay, good outlook on life. And a follow-up on that, well, the follow-up was, you mentioned raves. What happened at the rave? Like was it fun? Did you just do trance normal stuff, or did you go into like the underground deep, we can't talk about it here type stuff?
I mean, we just danced around, get sweaty. It was a lot of, we just danced.
Okay.
Pump our fists. It was a lot of fun.
Fist pumping, Malaysian shuffle. Moving over to the next thing, interesting fact about you that people generally don't know that you would be comfortable telling the internet.
Huh.
I'll let you think on that, and while you're thinking on that, also tell everybody, definitely throwing my blurb about CasNet. Definitely be sure to check out Casters Network. We have a whole bunch of other stuff out there. The NubTrain Interview is a new series that we're starting. The whole idea behind it is to, well, give interview for the casters that are working with CasNet. Just give them some more exposure, so you guys can, get a little bit closer. Maybe like NubTrain, maybe you don't. But at the end of the day, he's interviewed, he's out there, he's putting his heart on the line because he loves casting. Now back to you.
All right.
So interesting fact.
I have a very, very high standard in storytelling. So like storytelling is one of my top nitpicks. Like if you tell a great story, I will love it, etc. But if you give me some cheap rubbish, I will nitpick it to hell. Like, for example, Avatar, right? Like this is the best example because I think everyone watched this. Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Right.
Animation, right? So I was like, and then I heard that there was a movie, a live action movie.
No, why would you, don't bring out the movie?
So I watched the movie.
Oh God.
The story was okay because it's based on the Avatar. But since the story wasn't like great and the acting wasn't great,
right?
I mean, the story was obviously copied, but
yeah.
Basically, it wasn't told really well. I was kind of pissed.
I mean, dude, it's like that's like one of the big sins of 2012. It's like, oh my God, the series is so great, and then the movie came out. I was like, what's this, Dragon Ball? Oh my God, let's not talk about Dragon Ball.
And another one was Walking Dead.
Really?
Around season 2, towards the middle. I kind of watched a few episodes, but it kind of got really boring, and I didn't really feel like watching it. It was like no, because I'm kind of comparing it to Game of Thrones.
Right, Song of Ice and Fire for those who want to check out the books, which I think the books are better than the show, but I've actually watched that one. Well, Walking Dead I haven't, and the movie for Avatar, The Last Airbender I haven't.
Right. The Walking Dead just became so boring to me. I don't know why.
And this is perfect. All right, so obviously you're as involved with, I guess, what they would call geek culture as anybody else could be, because when you play video games and stuff, that's technically part of it. But speaking on the Song of Ice and Fire series, or Game of Thrones series, what is your take on that? I mean, I know this is an interview about you, but I just want to get a quick thing so people can...
Like, towards the end?
Yeah. No. Sorry, overall, the storytelling in that.
No, it's fucking fantastic. At first, I'm like, oh, naked girls, blah, blah, blah. But it was actually, if you look beyond that...
No spoilers, by the way. Just in case.
Okay. If you look beyond like that, if you look beyond some of the small stuff, it's very mature content, which I like, and storytelling is fantastic. There's no hand holding, and it's like he did this because he had to do this and this and this, and there's not as much Deus Machina kind of scenarios.
What does that mean?
Basically, a problem solves because something randomly appears out of nowhere.
Okay, right.
That's basic example. But yeah, it's fantastic. I would recommend it to everybody. Everybody.
And I would double that and recommend reading the books as well. The books, I mean, there's books. It's a lot of pages. It's crazy. Like I'm on book 4, and I'm like in the first fourth of it, and I don't feel like finish reading it. But the books are extremely good. They go into a lot more detail, especially the backgrounds of characters. And the show does a decent job of condensing the book into a show. But the books are obviously better. That's what everybody always goes with.
I kind of think some of the weaker storytelling parts are with the Dragon Queen. I forgot her name.
Daenerys,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
the Queen
I
of
think her.
Dragons.
Yeah, I think her storytelling part is a little weaker than everyone else's.
Well, because she's all by herself and everybody else is intertwined, and she's all
Yeah.
alone with Joseph, or whatever his name is. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
Slap.
kind of weird. Like she went from some insecure girl, and out of nowhere, she immediately popped into like a queen bitch.
Well, okay. We can talk about Song
Yeah.
of Ice and Fire / Game of Thrones, and another thing. We're definitely going to talk about that after this. But continue with the interview because we want to get people to know more about you.
Yes. We got a little
Any
sidetracked
interesting
there.
talents
Um,
that you're okay with telling the internet?
let's see, talents. I think I'm a great speaker. I have a very pronounced presence. If you know.
Have
you see
you
me
picked
more.
up on that already? No.
Let's see. I have great. Well, I think I have great design. Concept design. Damn, I don't really know, to be honest.
Okay. All right. I'll extend that question. Say, what are your hobbies?
All right. I like reading a ton of manga. Like not a ton, but just basically the good ones.
Right.
I absolutely hate like school ones.
Well, I don't know. I'm not big into manga, but there's
Okay.
like two different generations or two
Right,
different categories. Like one's for girls, one's for boys. Are you talking about
Yeah.
that type thing?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. And for those who
manga.
actually do follow manga or anime, what would you recommend? Like just three of each.
Manga and
Yeah.
anime.
Correct.
For anime, I would recommend Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Of course, the classic. Everybody does that one, right?
Yeah, it's really good. Cowboy, no, not Cowboy Bebop. Samurai Champloo,
Oh my god, I love. Okay. So far, so good.
and shoot, the third one. I really like. I can't think of some. I'm kind of tired right now, so I can't really think
Code Geass,
of
definitely.
that. Code Geass was really good. I do like Darker Than Black though, season 1.
See, I try to get into that series, but I keep forgetting to go back and watch it. But I saw like the first 2 episodes because I went to an anime club and they watched it randomly. I was like, oh, that's cool, and I never went back because I forgot to go back. But yeah,
Season 1 was really good.
okay. So Darker Than Black, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Samurai Champloo.
Right. The manga I would recommend. It's a manhwa. It's a Korean webtoon. It's or manga. Tower of God.
Tower of God. Okay.
Yeah. The other one would be The God of High School.
Okay. I think I've heard of that one, but I don't read. I don't like reading, which is why I'm surprised I made it to book 4 and
Right.
Song of Ice and Fire. But okay, you said
And
what was
the
the
third-
Tower of God. The second one was.
Shit, I don't know what it said, to be honest.
Dude, I forgot. People will rewind and figure it out, but that one that he said second, that Cool Blue gradually threw away on accident.
Right. Tower of God. Oh, The God of High School.
God of High School.
Yeah. And then The Breaker.
The Breaker.
Both series. The Breaker and Breaker New Waves.
Right. Okay, so interesting stuff there. If you guys are into anime or manga, you guys can definitely go check us out, or you can judge NubTrain based on those choices. And I do honestly think those are safe choices, because if you didn't say Brotherhood, then I'm like, oh, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about, or oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Because I don't follow anime, but everybody knows what Brotherhood is as far as Full Metal Alchemist goes. Right.
It's like that set the bar on the level of goodness that animes have to match.
Exactly. And fun fact about Cool Blue, I still haven't watched it. Like I never got to Full Metal Alchemist because it was like I don't want to watch the thing about homunculus and this thing that throws up and it turns into a monster.
There's a lot of production value, even the small stuff. Like it's amazing. It's like very small stuff that people like you don't see in other like the big budget animes. It's just really good.
Well, but one thing I do like to do with anime or manga, if somebody tells me about it, it's like, oh yeah, I'll never read that, so I just go to Wikipedia and just read what happened. Because I'm lazy. Anyway, enough about me. This is about you. And as far as being about you, do you have any shout-outs that you would like to give out to any people, any sites, anything here, anything there?
Let's see. For one, I want to give a shout out to my family. I love them. They support me. shout out to Dotafire.com. That's where I got started with, I guess, my presence a little bit.
Right. We'll be sure to link everything down below, including the list of anime and manga, if we can ever think of what everything was.
Right. And I want to thank Cold Blue for introducing me to the Sunday Evening Cup Series Dota 2 tournament.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
And then, who else? I think, and also the members, the admin of Dotafire, Atlas, the moderators. And basically, that's it.
Alright. And the very last thing, because this video has gone 25 minutes long, we need to make it 30, but we might get distracted during this. But where can people find you?
You can find me on basically anything that says NubTrain, youtube.com/NubTrain, twitch.tv/NubTrain, and twitter.com/NubTrain.
And those links have been posted here this whole entire time. You guys have likely looked them up. Just judge them based on what you saw in his YouTube videos. And he does have a whole bunch of stuff from the SCCS as well as from other things that he's casted. And well, he's making his way up to the top, and hopefully he does do well. So, NubTrain, the very last thing I'll ask you is caster trials. Okay,
right.
I sent you the thing about it. Would you be interested in doing caster trials?
Sure, why not? If I have, if I'm available, yeah, no problem.
Okay, that'd be cool. And for all those who don't know what the caster trials are basically a series of challenges that casters are given to go through, and the whole idea is to help them either point out or improve, or maybe show that they're really good at one thing, but point out the fact that you're really weak at this. So just for preference, or just for preference, I think is the right thing to say.
A lot of requirements are actually really needed. Maybe not the quadcast.
That one's just for fun.
Yeah, but everything else, it's essential.
Yes, and for the list, for those who are wondering, the first one's a solo cast. Second one is a audio only cast. Third one is locked POV. Fourth one is quadcast, which is the one that NubTrain has mentioned. Fifth one is the dual cast. The sixth one is the post solo cast, and the seventh one is an interview, which this doesn't count as your interview, by the way. You have to do another interview afterwards. But the whole idea behind them is just like to give you, or to test different aspects of your casting. And the first one is solo cast, normal cast. Second one is a audio only. You have to work on your play-by-play. Third one is locked POV, and you have to work on your analysis. And those are the three main ones.
All right.
And then quadcast. The reason why quadcast is there, like I said, is for fun, and also to force casters to go out there and look out for other people to try to get them to join up with them, and also to work on commentating with more people, so you won't just overpower them a lot.
Right. That was one of the problems that I had. I think I overpowered AKG.
Yeah.
By a lot.
It happens. Alright, so people know where to find you, people know about you, so one last thing I would like to have you do is say goodbye to the beautiful people and give your final words.
Alright, so I want to thank everyone for listening or watching, etc. Hopefully you guys had a great time listening to, I guess, our interview. And I'll see you guys next time.
And guys, of course, his links will be in the description below, so check them out if you like his stuff. Also, the list will be down there in the anime, so check that out if you want to judge his stuff. And hopefully you guys found this informative, and maybe NubTrain will be the next LD/Toby/AC/ who else is out there? You said AC, Toby, and Draskell.
Yes.
He'll be. Oh man, hold on, quick. We have to throw those words together. Toby, Draskell, and AC. AC Toby. Drastob. Okay.
Drash just like Dratolasi. Dratolasi. There you go.
Dratolasi. There you go, guys. He'll be the next Dratolasi.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds horrible. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cut the video there so we can talk about the Game of Thrones stuff. And we hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys whenever.
Peace.